Thank you again, everyone, for your attendance. I hate to stand up here today on the heels of some very good news for our city and share an update on yet another incident involving gunfire in our city, which unfortunately we're hearing about all too often in Dane County, the city of Madison, and the city of Fitchburg. Last night around 7 p.m., officers from the city of Madison Police Department responded to an address in their city for a report of a person who had been shot. A 25-year-old male was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. During the officer's contact with that male, it was learned that the incident occurred in the city of Fitchburg. A short time later, officers from the city of Fitchburg located the shooting scene in an apartment complex parking lot in the 5100 block of Anton Drive on our city's west side. At this point, the investigation is very active. We have detectives that are actively working on this right now to track down information and follow up on leads. I can share that this was not a random incident. However, it is no less concerning. While we were on scene, we learned that a bullet that was fired during this incident traveled through a window of a nearby apartment that was occupied by a family. It is sickening to me that we have residents in our community throughout Dane County that have to be concerned every night when they go to sleep that someone else's business may impact their safety, their family's safety when they go to sleep at night. Again, I share that this is a very active investigation. I'm unable to share a lot of details on which direction things are going with this investigation at this point, but I assure you that we are committed through partnerships like we discussed with the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Dane County District Attorney's Office and our fellow law enforcement agencies. We are committed to holding those who choose to engage in gun violence accountable for their actions. And as a community in partnership, we must stand up and let people know that this is not acceptable. I really encourage individuals that they may think that they don't have any information to share about this incident. They may not have anything to contribute to solving this problem. With the number of surveillance cameras that are out there on cars and homes, wherever they may be observant, report things, and understand that we will follow up on your information. There is a great program in the city of Madison, the surrounding area, Madison Area Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and be eligible for cash tips. The easiest way to do that now with everyone on their phone is to go to p3tips.com. You can share your tip, you get an anonymous identifier, and if that tip leads to an arrest of a suspect, you can qualify for a cash tip. So I apologize that our entire community is dealing with this epidemic of gun violence, but I am somewhat assured that our community continues to come together in these times of need. Our departments come together to work together and to address these problems. So thank you again for your attendance today, and please reach out to us if you have any information. Yes, sir.
Lieutenant, how many police officers were on duty at the time that the incident occurred, and what was staffing like at the time?
Last night, I believe we had 4 patrol officers working and 1 sergeant. So I've shared in community meetings that we often have 4 officers working and 1 sergeant to cover 35 square miles of our city. And with the recent attachment of the town of Madison, that can sometimes pose a significant number of challenges, requiring multiple officers at a scene for a number of hours, often requires us to call in extra personnel or rely on other law enforcement agencies for assistance. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Do you have a list of the residences with the ring type doorbells? Because I don't have one, but I know if I had one, I would ignore it 90% of the time. It would be a neighbor's dog or something.
Mm-hmm. We do not currently have a registry. I know other surrounding municipalities have sought to have registries. However, with the proliferation of these devices, it's almost impossible to keep track of the number of people that have one. And we just really encourage people. I know people can get their information from a number of sources, but please be an engaged resident and pay attention to what's going on. Make sure that you're contributing to your neighborhood and your community. Pay attention, and when we're putting out these requests, it's great when we get inundated with surveillance video footage or information. So thank you for your question. Any other questions? Again, thank you. Sorry to end on a bit of a sad note there, but I appreciate your attendance and your commitment to partnering with our agency. Thank you.